Hello, peoples. My name is Redstone9085, back at it again in Tekkit Classic Reloaded. It's nighttime right now, and I don't want any of the mobs to come out, but yeah, I did a little bit of stuff off camera. As you can tell, the mine has gotten some decent progress down further. I don't know exactly which Y level I'm at, but it's a pretty decent length there. Yeah, I did a few things off camera. Most of the stuff I said I would. If I can actually go up my elevator there. Uh, I I essentially upgraded a bunch of my machines here to tier 2. You can see that they're all different now. I did thankfully most of them I didn't have to like reconfigure a recipe or anything like that. But aside from that, there are some that I didn't upgrade, like the compressor. I didn't upgrade it to the singularity compressor, and a few other things like that. But yeah, I don't think it's 100% strictly necessary. Let's see. I added a few new mods to the mod pack. I was getting kind of hung up because I'm running into an issue of power. Let's head over to the Nether, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, so here in the Nether, you can see where I put all my geothermal stuff. All these streaks here are from me essentially moving the generator around, because there is an item in IC2 called the pump hose attachment, but I don't know if there's a way to like actually attach it, because what I thought it would do was make it so that I wouldn't have to move it like a block down if I can fly over there to it, because you can see there's like a ridge of lava and then another ridge underneath, and that's where I've had to move the block down one. Ow, I am on fire. Oh no. But yeah, I've constantly had to move this thing around because it's just like it'll work, but I would need. I'm not gonna set up like a bunch of them, like a grid or something, and then like have one die and then another die. So yeah, essentially, I installed a few new mods to the mod pack. I can fly up here so I can actually stand and talk about them. I added flux networks. That's gonna be to transfer power wirelessly. I added a mining dimension to the mod pack. Uh, I know it's a little counter. I think it might be counterintuitive, either counterproductive. I think it might be a little weird to have a mining dimension in a mod pack where you are supposed to be coring out the actual world. But I thought, I don't really care, and I'm getting kind of sick of making massive holes. I got Solar Flux Reborn was already in the pack, but that's what I'm going to be switching to, because these solar panels are a lot cheaper than the ones from Industrial Craft. Plus, they're a lot easier to like autocraft, because I think it might be like a bug or something. But when you get like IC2 machines, like the geothermal generators, I have them on autocraft, but it'll craft up to the generator, but then it won't go through with the crafting recipe, and it'll just sit there. And I've had to go in and manually craft each one I've had to need, because it just won't craft the entire thing. With these, I can autocraft them fully. And I added the mod energy converters, which I find it a bit weird that in this mod pack you can convert EU, which is Industrial Crafts power, into RF or whatever it is in the mod pack, RF or FE or however you want to call it. I think it's weird you can convert one way but not the other, because you can use the electrical engine here, which I did use earlier on, but there's not like one that converts from RF to EU, which would be vastly more useful considering we have Solar Flux Reborn in the pack. But sorry, a bit loud. I want to keep talking. It's a bit useless because we have Solar Flux Reborn in the pack, and I really don't want to just use that for an AE2 system or some other mod power, because I feel like I know Industrial Craft is like the main focus of Tekkit, or probably one of the main focuses, aside from, I don't know, Project E maybe, and Buildcraft. But it's a little annoying that I have this whole power issue. But I'm gonna get some stuff crafted. I'm gonna craft this mining dimension portal, and we can check that out, and I'll show you guys what it's all about. Let me go back to the overworld real quick, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so back here in the overworld, I have the mining dimension portal here. It's a stone pickaxe, an ender pearl, and a bunch of bricks. I just gathered a bit of the bricks off camera. Yeah, ender pearl, just kill a enderman for that, you know. Very simple things. Essentially what you do, yeah, let me place it, probably here is fine. Basically you shift and right click on it. And I'm gonna go that is kind of loud, but that's the nether portal noise. Essentially it's a very super flat world. I think it's at Y70 and below. It basically gives all the ores. It's just trees. I do believe, according to the mod, there's no lava, there's no water, and there's no hostile mobs. So essentially it's like a paradise for mining stuff, but essentially you just shift and right click to get back. But yeah, I'm gonna get some solar panels. There's no L in between P and A. Yeah, and I'm gonna get some of these FE producers. I think the ones I want is the FE consumer. I think it's FE consumer. FE consumer, which is the producer. You can just craft the producer. So there's that recipe there. It's just a bunch of blocks of redstone. You can use chiseled versions, and then I want the energy bridge, which takes an iron vendor, which is a little expensive. But I do have 16 of them because I did actually go and get some, because I do want to go fight the Ender Dragon at some point. Maybe not this episode, maybe next episode. But yeah, so let's grab one of those. That's for the energy bridge. Oh yeah, and one of the mods I added, I just remembered. I added storage drawers. Because if you remember, I was using iron chests for this stuff, and that works. But when it comes to just storing bulk items like I need to, storage drawers are just way better and are a lot more useful. Especially because I can have certain recipes, like if I need blocks of iron, I can just have them in the system automatically crafted. Like here's copper nuggets. I didn't have to put in like a crafting recipe in my pattern terminal to do that. I can just extract it directly, like redstone blocks. It just makes it a lot easier to craft things and store bulk amounts, which is what I really wanted and is not really anything of much note. Yeah, I mentioned this a little earlier, but I got the upgraded versions. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Let me know in the comments if I'm going crazy or not, but you know. Yeah, so let's get this energy producer stuff crafted here. It looks like it requires iron bars, a bit of gold, bit of stone, a furnace, and redstone block. Yeah, that seems pretty easy. Let's get the gold. I need a redstone block. I actually probably need iron bars. Iron. Like that. I don't need that many of them. Let's get this here, and I need a furnace here. Fun fact about having multiple terminals is that I can basically pause with one and craft another thing in a different one, just to be able to do that. So here's the FE energy producer. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna convert it to the consumer one. And yeah, there's that. I need the energy bridge. Grab one of those, and I need the what's it called? The EU. I'm gonna craft the LV one. I think I might be able to craft the MV one, which is medium voltage. But yeah, it just requires a bit of like a transformer and a few other things. Yeah, I'm gonna craft this one via. Actually, do I have most of that stuff? I do. What am I missing? I am missing a basic machine casing. Well, that's not that hard. Basic. Yep. And MV. and the MV transformer, which is another basic machine casing. So basic. Let me get my recipes. It's crafting 8 of these. I should really set up the block cutting recipe for plates because I do believe there is one. Yeah, you can just use blocks to craft up a bulk amount of them. It looks like it's turning to night. So let me get my bed here. Do a little bit of sleeping. Yeah. So yeah, let's get back down to probably just dump these in here, I guess. And let's grab, not that, we need to grab basic machine casing. It's halfway there. I really need to go in and fix my auto crafting thing because it can be incredibly slow and it makes me have to wait. But in the meantime, while that crafts, I can talk about a little bit of aesthetic changes I made in between episodes. I had an incident off camera while doing things in the overworld and just kind of cleaning a few things up. Yeah, I removed the death point from the waypoint system, but I did fall down this one and die. Because I had my jetpack off because I was wearing my bat box because I came up from my mine because I was doing a bit of mining. But because these quarries are nice, but when it comes to stuff like diamonds, I actually need to go and like mine those myself because these will get them. It just takes like a really long time to get them. I know you can set the buildcraft quarries up underground, but if I'm going to be mining out a quarry, why would I want it underground if I'm just going to mine all the way down there? I did set up a quarry out in that direction. You can see a little redstone block over there. Let me head over to it. I set up a quarry over here. It was the max size quarry too, 64 by 64. I did that before I decided to add the mining dimension mod because I just needed like a bunch of stuff, and essentially, yeah, you can see like the little marker here. That's red concrete. Yeah, it's just a max size one. I made it like aligned with the chunk and everything. It got to like this level, and then I was like, you know what, this is stupid. I'm going to stop doing this, and so I stopped and basically left everything in the chest. I'll probably convert it into EMC or something. And that's when I decided I need to fix this power issue, because I actually went over to my AE2 system to go grab a few things out of it, because obviously it's where everything is stored. And, you know, I couldn't grab anything because my geothermal plants went down again, because having to move those constantly is a bit annoying, especially when you're directly over lava. So, yeah. I wish there was some kind of infinite lava source. I know there's like a block that'll do it. Or like a... There's this thing here called the Volcanite Amulet from... what's it called? The... Project E. Yeah, that's what the mod's called. Where essentially it just gives you like an infinite lava bucket. But I know in modern versions, for example 1.20, you can set a game rule in the world to basically make it so you can get an infinite lava source the same way you get an infinite lava source. Infinite lava source the same way you get an infinite water source. So basically like a 2x2, 1x3 kind of 2 buckets, and it'll just fill in automatically. That's something I really wish I had in this one, because I would turn that on in a heartbeat, basically allowing me to not have to constantly move my geothermal plants. And I'm not seeing any mods on CurseForge that are allowing me to do that, or any mods that I actually know of. But yeah, let me get this basic machine casing. Where is the MV producer? I need a second basic machine casing. Let me actually get a block of iron. Grab one of those. Not 2 of them, just 1. And let me put it in the block cutting machine. Oh. Well, obviously I'm going to need a harder blade. I know I made a diamond one time. I converted it back into EMC because I didn't need it at the moment. But yeah, here's that, and let's get the diamonds back out. Come here. Yep. A little cheaty, but I can't be bothered crafting it right now, so, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I really should change some of these plate recipes to use the bulk one because it's just a lot easier to craft them in bulk than it is to craft them like one at a time. And I do think you need it for a few certain recipes. Although you might not need it. I think you can get obsidian plate the other way. Recipes. Yeah, you can get them through the compressor. So, yeah, essentially I need to get a better way to... I just need to do better with my crafting recipes. Let me go up here, grab the iron plates, and let's make a basic machine casing. And let's go back down and put it in here. I think it's the MV energy producer. So there's that. Yeah, that should be all I need. I actually do probably need the remove some of those and get rid of that. I'm gonna need the solar panels from Solar Flux and the Flux network stuff. I think I'll craft these after I explain Flux networks, because these, they're not entirely that hard. It's just very simple recipes, although I do need glass. Well, not glass, mirrors, which requires glass. I need... Here, I'm gonna be lazy and just get like 4 stacks of glass out of the system here. 2, 3, 4, yep. I know. Redstone 985 is being kind of scummy with it, but you know what? I don't 100% care. So yeah, let's get some of these mirrors here. And let's get one of these. Essentially, they're not that hard. They can store energy in them too. It just basically goes up. You craft these with a piston, gives you tier 2. Tier 3 is a little more complicated, gives you photovoltaic cells, which is just a bit more crafting. I think I'll try to get up to the tier 4 ones because they're decently good enough for what I want to do by powering my stuff, but that can be done in between. Let me go introduce you guys to Solar Flux, not Solar Flux Reborn, Flux Networks. Essentially, it's a really awesome mod that lets you wirelessly transfer power between dimensions and like the overworld and stuff, so you don't have to have like a bunch of cables. It also charges things in your inventories, so when you have certain mod packs that have jetpacks that aren't IC2 ones, you don't need like a solar helmet that I have on to charge your jetpack and all the like the power tools and stuff in your inventory. It's really nice and stuff. But yeah, let me it looks like we need a bunch of flux, which means I need redstone, obsidian, and bedrock. So let me grab the obsidian. I have a bit of that. I'll grab that. Let's get some redstone. And let me go into the pit that I fell in, because that's really that's the nearest place I have bedrock. If I just go down here, I can kind of crawl through my hole here. And just kind of bust a hole through and then just fall down. I really need to grab some of those resources, but yeah, let me just kind of sit down here. And yeah, there's that. I need... what does the recipe call for? It calls for you to put the left click the obsidian on the block. So let me just hit Control Q, and did it do it? No, I did it wrong. Here, let me mine the obsidian. Kind of thing. Do you do it like... No, that's not how you do it. Oh, it said left click, not right click. Duh. What? What? Am I just doing this wrong? Left click the obsidian. Do you have to place it and then you like left click? Okay, I'm obviously doing something wrong. Here, let me pause and I'll get back to you guys real quick. Okay, I got it. Apparently I was doing it a little incorrectly, but I got the flux. There's no EMC value, so I'm going to have to craft a little bit of this stuff. Yeah, let me grab this here, and let's get like a block. Put this here. And I think I'll just get a stack of it while I'm here. I can always craft some more when I need to get some. Yeah, I was making the mistake of trying to like place the redstone in world, but no, you just leave it sitting there. The tooltip does show that. I just apparently can't pay attention well enough to understand that. So yeah, it was a relatively quick experience for that. So yeah, I got my flux here. Let's go break through the wall here. Patch it back up. Nothing happened there. Nothing happened at all. Ooh, looks like we're getting some uranium. Yeah. The reason I'm doing Solar Flux Reborn is because I am too scared of using nuclear power. I had a creative test world that I basically test all my machines out. I basically made the ore processing plant in that world and basically made it just like a rough draft of it. And I'm working on a tier 2 machine version, which is going to include like the thermal washer and stuff like that. And that's a whole other ordeal. Or this thermal centrifuge, I think. I get the two confused all the time. But yeah, essentially I got... I placed down the nuclear reactor from IC2, and it might have been a little stupid of me to put it so close to the rest of my stuff, but I also didn't think it would explode the moment I clicked in the uranium rod. But yeah, my test world is now gone, essentially, which means I'm going to have to basically rebuild all the systems I was working on. I thankfully wrote them down in like a notepad or whatever. I think it's somewhere in my desk, but essentially I have to rebuild all that because I had like this original version just kind of sitting there, and you know, essentially yeah, I had that there. I had like the original design for like the whole auto crafting stuff and a few other things that I was just testing around with. I was looking at an automated diamond line to make like industrial diamonds from IC2, but you know, yeah, I got this flux here, which is used to create the flux cores, which is more obsidian, more eyes of ender. It's not the most expensive. Looks like I just need more of these. I need a load of eye of ender, but they do have an EMC value, and I'm going to abuse that to my heart's content, unfortunately. Yeah, let me go and craft a bunch of this stuff and I'll get right back to you guys. Alright, after a bit of crafting, I crafted a little bit of solar panels. I won't need that many of them. But yeah, essentially I have the solar panels here. Let me clear up my hotbar. The solar panels, I have the energy converter here. Let me look at the chunk borders. Make sure I'm actually in one chunk so I can just chunk load that. Put a few of these here. They do connect into a single block. Looks like I have a bit of Fe stored. Essentially, I take my flux controller. I can create a network here. I can have a few different things, like if I want it to load chunks or not. If I want to basically do a few other things. I need to go up here to create a new network. It's going to basically create a network using my name. You can, if you're playing on a server, I do recommend like putting like a password in or something else. For this series, I'm going to put it as a public because, well, that's pretty much all I need because I'm not playing with anyone else here. But yeah, essentially you can just create a network. Yeah, and basically select that network, and then you have a few other things. You can see the input and output and some stuff like that. I'm going to take my flux plug here, basically saying it's taking it out of thing. Let me select the network here, and I think it's going in there. And then I take this flux point. Let me actually chunk load this. Let me go into my FTP chunks and chunk load this. That's why all this stuff is loaded. I turn on that just to be certain. Let me go back to the overworld. Alright, back in the overworld, we have the flux point here, which provides energy from a flux network. So essentially I take this, and if I go over to, I don't know, this thing here, my charge pad bat box, I can take all my stuff here, get my MV converter here, get my energy bridge, basically allow me to convert it, and the FE energy consumer, put the flux point on, select my network here, and basically it's going to take the power out of here, put it in here, and convert it into this power here. If I get like I'm not entirely sure how to test this. Do I have an empty battery from IC2? I do have an empty battery. Okay, let me grab that, and let me just disconnect the other power from it, just so you can just see that it's actually gaining power. So there's that. It's going to charge the battery up, and then I do believe it's just going to go convert from that to here. I'm not certain if I need a cable, actually. I might need one. Let me get this. Oh. You know, I should have remembered that that's MV, and my other one is low voltage. So that's gone. That is annoying, to say the least. And it destroyed my lamp too, which is a pain. But yeah, essentially it converts the power. I'll have to get the low voltage one, or just upgrade my power system to medium voltage using a transformer and stuff. But essentially, this plug here will allow me to take power out if I just steal it and put it over on my applied energistic system here. You can see how it's taking out the power. We disable the limit here, and basically there's that here. Yep, there's that. And yeah, essentially it's going to transport the power from the mining dimension, which is always day, actually, now that I look at it. That's one of the reasons I picked this. I added the mining dimension mod in the first place so I could actually have a transfer limits. Let's just put a bunch of 9s. Okay, cool. Disable limit. Oh, that's probably easier. Yeah, essentially there's that, and basically allow me to take things out. Let me get my controller here. Apply. And basically this will give me wireless charging. I don't think it convert. Oh, it does convert. Well, that's actually really useful. So I can actually go to town with my wired tools. I did not think that it would convert the power sources, actually. So yeah, that's actually really cool. It's gonna take a bit of you can look at statistics here to see what it's doing and see how much like it's transferring and stuff like that. I do believe that I need to put like a different output on the other side, and it'll give me more power, like a battery or something, or a bat box. But essentially you can charge things in the slot, and yeah, these solar panels are pretty powerful. I'll upgrade them to like the tier 4 ones. I just didn't do it in this episode because it's a bit of microcrafting. I don't think it's too complicated. You're not really going to miss out on a lot here. It's just a bunch of setting up recipes. I'll set some recipes up in my applied energistic system and basically get all that stuff auto-crafted here. Yeah, I think next episode we're going to go fight the Ender Dragon, because I probably should. I mean, it's episode like 12 at this point. I was going to wait till like 15, but I'm not going to be able to stretch it that far. So I'm just going to go and kill the Ender Dragon. Maybe we'll get into some more Project E tomorrow, or not tomorrow, in the next episode, because I do want to get some of the, what are they called? Here they are, energy collectors. So that will basically give me infinite EMC. I'm going to start heading towards the end game stuff, because I'm actually in the background cooking up a new mod pack, one that I'm actually making myself. or maybe not really making, more like I'm shoving a bunch of mods together to make the experience I want to have, because it became quite apparent to me that I don't like that I'm changing this mod pack, adding this, like Flux Networks, the mining dimension, and the whole energy converter thing. I don't particularly like doing it, but it was either this or at a nuclear power plant near my house. I may still do the whole nuclear power thing from IC2, but I doubt I'll do it over here where I actually need the power. I think I'll just put it in like a bat box or something, or the upgraded version of it, because I'm not gonna risk essentially nuking my base for a little bit of power. So yeah, essentially that's it. I might set up a quarry inside the mining dimension in between. I'll do a bit more crafting stuff. I'll have to fix my power system, because I did just put MV into a low voltage system, which I probably should have thought about in hindsight, but you know, I don't typically think when I make these kind of videos. I just kind of go with my own flow. So yeah, I'm gonna get this stuff fixed up for the next time. Yeah, let me get a few things done in between episodes. I'll get a better system for this, because I need to get just actually be able to use that, because I didn't think that I would need. I didn't think it would convert through my what's it called, the wireless charger. And actually, now that I think about it, I have to mute that sound in the settings somehow. Yeah. Essentially, I'm gonna get the allow surge mode. I'm gonna have to get, because there is a setting where you can change it to energy units, so I do think it'll actually just convert directly from EU into EU, which could be nice. Hopefully allow me to steal this again. Let's put it back on the system here. I can't actually tell if it's doing anything, but I'm hoping it's doing something, because if I can do that, I can just keep my power. I'll probably keep the converter thing mod in, because I'm gonna just transfer everything using RF and EU. Using RF, because RF is a more widely used power source than EU, which is basically only specific to Industrial Craft 2. But yeah, essentially that's all I wanted to do today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.